Across America on Tuesday, voters in 16 states and a U.S. territory cast ballots for local races and for president. Millions more had already voted early on this Super Tuesday, when more than a third of all delegates to the presidential nominating conventions are awarded. For many, election year 2024 already feels
tense. You know, it's Biden versus Trump again.
We have one of the lowest.
President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump swept most of the early primary contests and caucuses.
High attention media events, but not very many delegates. And now here's where the delegates start lining up and we start getting a sense who's going to actually be at the convention.
Students who just cast their very first vote for president filled this watch party Tuesday evening at the University of Denver to see the election results roll in.
I have wishful thinking that there's going to be suspense, but I think we know the result.
The stakes in 2024 are, it's safe to say, huge. This presidential primary contest is a dress rehearsal for November's general election, when the result will really matter.
I feel like so much is riding on it, just in terms of domestic policies as well as foreign policy.
Two most likely candidates have very different directions they want to take the country, so a lot of consequences this year.
As well as a lot of dissatisfaction. Polls show a majority of voters don't want Biden or Trump, who faced off in 2020, to run again this year.
I don't feel either one of the two candidates are qualified to do the job.
This is what we have to select from. And I will not pick a person that is spewing hatred.
Well, the best option would be if both Mr. Trump and Mr. Biden decided to retire and went on and did something else.
There are no signs that will happen.
Chances are Biden and Trump will have really overwhelming advantages coming out of tonight.
And indeed, both the Democrat and Republicans scored decisive victories from coast to coast on Tuesday, putting their respective nominations within reach.
They call it Super Tuesday for a reason. This is a big one.
President Biden said the primary results leave the American people with a clear choice. And on Wednesday, Republican Nikki Haley, who lost all but one primary the day before, suspended her campaign and declined to endorse Trump, her rival.
It is now up to Donald Trump to earn the votes of those in our party and beyond it who did not support him. And I hope he does that. This is now his time for choosing.
Many Americans have yet to tune in to this presidential race.
I think a lot of people are disengaged at this point.
But their time to choose is coming, exactly 8 months after a primary day that clearly defined this country's options. Hendrik, Sybrandy, CGTN, Englewood, Colorado.